everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Friends, this is a particular incident that has happened that has created a lot of controversies from people. People have different things to say about it. Some are in support and some are not in support. But wait until you hear exactly what happened. I would also like your own opinions about this incident. This is a pastor you're seeing in that picture over there is actually giving counseling and even prophesying to church members. While he was doing his prophecies and people are gathered right in front of him at the altar, he now cited one of the women in the church there, and he told her that her son, who is an armed robber, is going to be killed this week. That's this coming week we're just getting into. And it was heard that the pastor kept on repeating it and telling the mother of this particular young man he's referring to that your son is going to die. And while he was prophesying in church, the pastor asked the woman if any of her children has gone. And the woman replied and accepted that yes, one of her sons has gone. He asked her if that child is a security operative, but she said he is not a security operative because having a gun, what would make your child to have a gun? It's either he's a policeman or he's a security official or he's under the military. These are the people that are authorized or legalized to have guns on them. Aside from these people, any other person having a gun is not acceptable even by law as well. So that's why he needed to be sure so that he don't look like he's trying to accuse her son or say give any false prophecy while in church. And the woman we heard responding boldly in the church because he had to give her the microphone so that she can respond and everybody should hear directly from her. While she was answering, the pastor pointed out that the woman is also aware. The pastor then told the woman that her son is an armed robber and he will be killed within the week. And he was even precise. He said it that her son is going to be killed on Wednesday, this coming week. The pastor pointed out that the woman is aware that her son robs people and she even helps him to keep the money that he's getting from that armed robbery business that he is doing. She opened an account and be stuffing the money in there. The pastor even had to ask her so that he will be sure that his prophecy is real. You know, there are some pastors that will just give you a prophecy and end there and tell you, okay, come for this, come today, and I will give you prayers or I will tell you what to do to break that curse or whatever is going to happen. But this particular pastor, I think he's kind of different from what a lot of people have seen or known. In the midst of all the crowd there, he told her boldly that you know your son is into an armed robbery business and he comes, gets the money and he will give it to you and you will stuff it in the bank for him. She said yes. He now asked her again, did you keep money for your son? She said yes. He even asked her again and said, you built a house, you bought a land and you built a house and you are planning to buy another land to build a house with that same money. She said yes. So after the pastor had confirmed all that he had said from his prophecy, he even called the name of her son and she affirmed that yes, everything the pastor was saying is true. And what shocked people more was when he mentioned the name of a son of the woman. He doesn't even know her, just a random person in the congregation, because he's prophesying to everybody in the church. That was the day of prophecy in his church. And then the pastor now told her that you are using that money even knowing where the source of the income is coming from, but you keep on enjoying that same money. Then the lady, now after the pastor had given her all the prophecy and she confirmed and said yes to everything, which you could hear crowd even wailing in the congregation like with all surprise that everything the pastor was saying was true. The woman now turned around and started begging the pastor that please he should cancel the prophecy and pray that instead that her son should drop the gun and stop robbing people. But the pastor told her that God has decided to make him drop his weapon by eliminating him. And he told the woman in the midst of everybody while she was begging him, get out. Do you know why the pastor said that, get out? Because this mother is aware that her son is stealing. And she's just there enjoying the proceeds. He's bringing in millions, thousands for her. She is taking it and putting it into the bank. You know, it's different if the woman did not know that her son is a thief. And it's also different. There are two things again. The second thing is, it's also different if the woman did not know that that money was coming from a dirty business, which is armed robbery, that her son is doing, and keeping the money into the bank. You know, there are some kids or some adults that will go and steal. That is their business. That's their own source of life. They will go and still bring billions and millions for their parents and claiming they are taking care of them from the business proceeds that they are actually getting. And then, unknown to the parents, out of ignorance, they are keeping this money for their children or keeping it for them to help with the keep up of the home. Unknown to them that their kids are into an illegal business, or their kids are stealing or practicing rituals for their source of livelihood. And when they decide to keep this money, those kind of parents, you wouldn't blame them because they are not aware. Their kids are telling them that this is what they do for a living. Some of them will travel out and come back, unknown to their parents that they're into drug business, or they kill people for money, or they steal from other people to make a source of livelihood. But the pastor got so angry at this mother because he had to confirm. First, do you know that your son have a gun? She said yes. He asked again, do you know that your son is an armed robber? She said yes. He asked again, he brings money from the armed robbery activities and gives to you, and you stuff it in your account. Are you aware of that? She said yes. He now asked her, you bought a land from these proceeds and you built a house and you're trying to buy another land with that same money. Is it true? She said yes. And so the pastor got angry at a mother who know that her son is robbing other people, and probably in the course of robbing people, he might have even killed some people. And then you get that money and bring to you as a mother. What are you supposed to do? And that's why the pastor got so angry and told her to get away. We know that there are some pastors out there who would rather tell this woman, okay, come so day to my office so that I will tell you what to do to break that death that is about to happen to your son. Some of them may eventually ask for money from those proceeds that the woman has in the bank. He may still ask the woman, give me so amount so that I can break this curse or break this death that is about to happen to your son. But this pastor, in the midst of all the congregation, that's to tell you that some pastors are real, even though they still pastors as being fake. There are some out there that are still true to the calling of God. And this is an example, because the guy told her point blank, you are now telling me to break a cause of something you already know. You're enjoying the money, you're enjoying the proceed. I am explaining this because the audio which I'm going to be leaving behind is in Igbo dialect. So it's for those that understand the Igbo dialect that would understand what the pastor and the woman is actually talking in this particular video. But it's an audio that I'll be dropping behind after this conversation. I just want us to talk about it so as to make those that wouldn't understand what the woman and the pastor is saying, the Igbo dialect, to actually hear from this conversation and understand what is happening. So some people are saying he's a fake pastor. Why can't he cancel the prophecy from happening? And some people are in support and saying this is to show that this pastor is not fake. He did not connive the woman one side, knowing that she has millions in her account, and tell her, come, I will help you to cancel the prophecy by requesting for money and telling her you have to do this and do that so as to cancel that. But the pastor was being honest with her. You are encouraging your son because you collecting that money that he's robbing other people of their sweat. These are other people's sweat. People are suffering. Look at the economy is so down. Some people can't even afford to feed their family through 3 square meals. Some have gone down to 2 square meals. Some have even gone down to 1 meal a day. And here is someone else's son who has made up his mind that he will rob people of their sweat and build house, build mansion. That is why it's not good to envy people. You go to some people's villages today, there are sons who are not in the village or in their state would travel out, come back building mansions and all. Meanwhile, some of their neighbors around or in the village there will be envying those people and saying, oh, can't you see this person's son? Look at, he has built mansion. Okay, no, they will now say, does he have two heads? He's building mansions for his parents. Won't you go out there and labor for yourself? Unknown to some of them that some people's children are into illegitimate business. Some kill people for money. Some steal, like this one now. Okay, he's carrying a gun. Why should he be carrying a gun if he doesn't have an intention of killing somebody if the business goes wrong, or if his robbing business is being hindered by the owner of the money or property he's going to steal? What will he do? To get what he wants, he has to kill, and that is why he has a gun in his hands. One mother would encourage this kind of a habit. Some parents are out there, so long as the money is coming, they know where their son or daughter is getting this source of income. Instead of them to stop them and tell them, I don't want this kind of money, or I don't need to enjoy money or sweat from other people. If you can't earn a source of livelihood that is legitimate, then go with your money. When you do that, you as a parent will be justified for trying to stop your son, until some parents will go ahead enjoying that source of livelihood because they feel it's enjoyment. They are trying to make their own neighbor or people around feel that things are going on well and their children are hardworking. Meanwhile, that is not it. And that is what upsets the pastor so much, that the pastor did not want to get involved, and he told her outrightly there, get out. Because you as a mother, you should have stopped your son knowing that he is doing something that is not good, but you decided that you want to keep enjoying source of livelihood from another people's sweat. You are enjoying it, that he has a gun, and you know outrightly that that gun can be used to kill people and harm other people. She is not concerned. She's not bothered. All she wanted was her son to go out there and get the money and bring to her. That is so bad for a mother to do. Friends, hearing this kind of a story, what do you all think? Is the mother justified? Or let's go ahead now to the pastor's action. His reaction towards the mom pleading that the pastor should cancel that prophecy. Friends, you all think that the pastor was wrong by telling the woman to get away from his sight? Or do you think that the pastor should have said, okay, I'm going to cancel the prophecy, knowing that the mother is aware of what her son has been doing for a very long time, but she kept on going ahead with it? Please, friends, whatever your opinions are regarding the responses from the pastor, please, I would appreciate if you could put down your own comments below. What mother would encourage her son to go out there and steal, forgetting that he's also endangering his own life? Whatever happens in the end, if her son is caught, he'll be jailed. Secondly, what if her son gets involved in an altercation with other people while shooting those gun? What happens to him if he's been struck by the bullet? What is she going to say as a mother? How would you tell people that you knew your son was stealing and you couldn't stop him? You didn't stop him because you felt he would overpower you, or you didn't stop him because you were enjoying the money that was coming, the houses you're building, the lands you're buying. This is where they say, parents, you have to show your kids the right path to life. Don't be the partaker of encouraging your kids to their own doom, to their own death. If this child eventually gets caught up today, what is he going to say? He's going to point out that the money, because definitely they want to find out where the money is and who has been keeping the money. His mom will get implicated because this is what they say, this is an accomplice to an act of robbery. You keeping the money, knowing fully well, having full knowledge of the act that your son is into. Parents out there, don't be eager to enjoy that wealth. Don't be eager to get the money. Maybe you want your neighbors or your other family members to feel that your son or your daughter is hardworking or better than their own children by displaying mansions, when you know that the source of wealth is not good. How do you feel knowing that your son is robbing other people of their sweat, and you keep on sitting down there and enjoying the sweat and feeling that he should carry on so long as he's bringing something in for you? It doesn't make sense at all. You as a parent, you're supposed to lead your child towards the right path of life and not mislead and encourage him into something that is obviously evil. This was what got the pastor so upset that he didn't even want to listen to the mother pleading and telling him to cancel that prophecy and that she wants her son to drop the gun and stop stealing. So she didn't think of him dropping the gun and stop his act of robbery all these years. So while now, all because they have told her that her son is going to die. But if you look at things critically, at the end of the day, all blames will go to his mother. Because you as a mother, if you can't stop your son and you see that it will endanger his life, are you not supposed to either go and report? Mothers out there, these questions go to all the mothers out there. If you're in this woman's position, would you encourage your son and be getting the money from him? Or would you try to stop him? Also, parents, both father and mother, what would you do in a situation like this? Friends, please, I'll be leaving the audio behind so that you can also hear the conversation or what transpired in the church between the pastor and the church member whom he was talking to. Like I said, it's in the Igbo dialect. So for those that understand the Igbo dialect, you would understand what they're saying. But however, I've explained it all for those who do not understand the Igbo dialect. So please, whatever your take is on this, you could please put that down at the comment section and say if you agree with the pastor or not. Well, it's just an eye-opener to a lot of parents out there. Just try to find out what your children are doing as their source of livelihood, and especially when your kids are no longer living with you, they are grown and they've moved out of the house. The truth is that the evil that men do leaves after them. I'll be leaving the audio behind, so please you could also hear. Thank you for coming up today. Please do not forget to hit on the like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.
One is coming. I got church. Okay. Let me ask you this question. Yes or no? And if you don't know, say you don't know.
But
you know. Only baby.
Yes.
Oh yenchi. Oh yenchi. Only baby. I got baby this week. Shake me. Confirm. Amen. Bye bye. Obula. You can't forget to bless your family now. Awa. Awa. Obunama. Yesunamala. Obebe. Shebala. Mbiko mbiko ngidana. Okay, mbiko. Control for the team. I'll drop here on Wednesday.
I go drink down.
Oh, drink down. And then they will go each. I can't forget. They will go nothing. I can't each for him. They will give like now. I think Israel also for him. Can I be able? And Wednesday, your son, he can't by name. Your son will be dead. Come on, get out.